Hello, everyone, and thank you for joining us for today's webcast presented by Innovative Computing Systems, how resilient law firms leverage innovative technology. My name is Carolyn Shomely, and I am the host of the webcast today, which basically just means I'll be getting things started before Michael takes things over. Before we begin, we're going to go ahead and do just a quick audio test just to make sure everyone can hear our presenter, Michael Kemps. Hi, Michael. Could you say a quick hello?
Good morning, everyone.
Perfect. You sound great to me. If anyone had issues hearing Michael, or if you have any technical issues at all today, you can use your chat box to let me know, and I'll be able to help you get that sorted out. But let's go ahead and begin. We will have time for a Q&A after the webcast today. So during the webcast, go ahead and send any questions you have through the chat module. You can find this button at the bottom center of your screen. And to send questions, you can chat to all panelists, and we'll get a chance to answer those at the end of today's presentation. A recording of this webcast will be available tomorrow, and we will send all registrants an email with that link. As I said before, the sponsor for today's webcast is Innovative Computing Systems. Innovative Computing Systems has primarily focused on the technology needs of law firms since 1989, and those skill sets have been sought out by entities such as municipalities, corporate environments, and professional service organizations. Innovative Computing System takes a best-of-breed approach to all of its offerings. They select only premier technology partners to provide solutions to their clients, and they are committed to maintaining long-term strategic relationships with their clients to ensure the highest levels of success, both in productivity and with IT initiatives. Today's presenter is the CEO and founder, Michael Kemps. Michael cultivates relationships with clients and partners and with his management team. He provides leadership, strategic and ethical direction, and oversight of company operations. He founded the company in 1989 after developing relationships with several law firms that eventually became early clients. His interest in technology began when he was 13 years old and started developing bulletin board systems with friends and repaired hardware and software for family and friends. Today, Michael is involved in the International Legal Technology Association and the Association of Legal Administrators, as well as several nonprofit organizations. He was a founding member and advisory board member of Premier Bank in Palos Verdes. In March 2019, he was elected to the Palos Verdes Estates City Council. His insights into the roles legal technology solutions can play in law firms have been widely published. So at this time, I'm going to go ahead and stop sharing my screen. Michael, I invite you to share yours and take it away. Thank you.
Thank you very much for the kind introduction. Welcome, everyone, and thanks for joining us today. Today, I'll introduce you to our company, how the law firms we partner with leverage technology, and take a deeper dive into our cloud solution. Key elements include leveraging affordable, top-tier security, endpoint protection, and performance that's backed up by our unparalleled team. I founded our firm in 1989 with the intent to create a best-in-class company. Many outside the legal profession ask me frequently, how did you come up with this crazy idea of supporting lawyers? And so here's the story. At the young age of 17, I was working part-time for a retail computer hardware and software business. The personal computer was new and growing in popularity. Remember that this was several years prior to the arrival of the internet. And this business owner had developed a relationship with no less than the administrator of an estate planning and tax-focused firm. A hard drive failure caused her to lose all of her data without a backup, of course, and he was unable to resolve the issue. So suddenly, what does the owner do? He decides it's be a great idea to dump the problem on me. I was successful in recovering the partition and data. I saved the day, and most importantly, created a new friendship, and one with what became one of Innovative Computing Systems' first law firm clients. Shortly after that, I became the youngest Novell certified network engineer in the country. I say that not to gloat, but to make the connection between the decision to lead with integrity and that of developing a strong technical foundation within our company. One of the greatest decisions that I ever made was to partner with chapters of the Association of Legal Administrators. the foundational trust that created was amazing. Allow me to embellish one more story. During this time period in the mid-1990s, my small team had successfully completed an implementation in Southern California for a mid-sized firm that's still a client today. Our application training partner asked me whether I would consider expanding our business to Northern California, as she had a client in desperate need. We invested. I went up and spent a full summer up there in San Francisco, entirely redoing and stabilizing a network for this firm. And they went from having almost daily occurrences of downtime to enjoying a stable and functional environment. This law firm is a client of ours today, and their managing and technology partners are personal friends of mine. So let's fast forward to today. Innovative Computing Systems supports well over 200 active firms. We've been in business for 32 years, and we've grown our team in excess of 60 employees, with similar sized operations in both California and Texas, supporting clients nationwide. Clients that have accepted our guidance around information security best practices have had a 0 rate of being held for ransom. Make no mistake, security requires a multi-layered and faceted approach. Our implementations have been audited by numerous third parties. We constantly quantify and improve our security posture, patching, and maintenance platforms, and we strive to function as a best-in-class managed services provider, both horizontally and within the legal industry. We contract with third parties that measure us against our peers. Our team will never accept status quo or mediocrity, and our culture is driven from within. I'm extremely proud to be able to share a leadership team that has broad experience and is loyal to this vision. Many organizations make claims around client satisfaction. We measure it. Each service and project experience includes an opportunity to provide a client satisfaction click-through selection, with the option to even include comments. This summary depicts a summary of client satisfaction over the last quarter, ending December 31st, 2020. We received an industry high response rate of 27.5%, with over 2,300 responses, a raw client satisfaction rate of 94.1%, including a measured 95.8% positive score through a high demand period with clients suffering through pandemic adaptation, is simply phenomenal. Responses that are either neutral or negative receive prompt follow-up from our leadership team. I'm so proud of our company's achievement and grateful to our clients for providing honest and direct feedback around where we can continue to always improve. Over the years, law firms have invested tremendous amounts of time and money in local area networks. Massive purchases of hardware, software, and services build current, fast, and effective environments. Each time, fully featured desktops required the development of complex customized Windows images. Rollouts demanded a significant on-site presence, with engineers supporting weeks of end-user training and customization. Once those images were perfected, they remained untouched, sometimes for years, with patching and security frequently being an afterthought. Remote access was provided by numerous servers and operating systems with desktops that looked nothing like what end users experienced inside of their offices. That world has changed. Today, firms are supported in the cloud. Capital expenditures have transitioned mostly to recurring pay-as-you-go or pay-as-you-need operational expenses. Technology improvements are managed and implemented much, much more quickly. And smaller firms are provided with cybersecurity options that were once only affordable in large firms. Cloud computing in the legal environment enables high availability, simplified remote access, and reduced space demands. Redundant, geographically separated data centers provide for data backups that secure your data from local disasters. Unlike typical offsite backups, these regions can be accessed and utilized much, much more quickly, with full environments able to be rebuilt in hours rather than days or weeks. Law firms are seriously looking at ways to reduce overhead and more effectively utilize space. This adaptation was moving forward even prior to the COVID-19 pandemic. And one positive result of this last year we've all struggled through is that this trend is now accelerating. Hoteling, shared use of offices, and more effective collaboration with technology is now moving even much more quickly. You know, it's nice to talk about technology and trends, but let's consider real experiences of firms like yours that have partnered with us and entrusted us to rapidly expand their use of the cloud. We've shared 3 examples here, and I'd like to tell their stories. There's many, many more just like them. Pearson, Simon, and Warshaw is a highly successful California-based class action firm. Their practice spans 3 locations, with professionals traveling and connecting across numerous cities. Like many others, this firm struggled with a decision to migrate to a recurring cloud model. They, just like others, were used to the constant state of creating and recreating and upgrading their environment. You know, once the pandemic hit, the firm's managing partner called me personally and thanked me unconditionally for my own vision and ours, and for the support of our firm as they were able to seamlessly and fully transition to functioning entirely remotely with absolutely no change in the way that they practice law. Frenzel Robbins Bloom and Sato provides legal counsel and litigation services for financial institutions and businesses. Their clients are highly, highly sensitive to cybersecurity risks. The firm was one of our early cloud adopters. Our relationship spans over 20 years. We moved them into the innovative cloud solution in 2015, and we've mutually collaborated to support audits, security reviews, and the continued growth and development of their law firm. They no longer face massive capital investments that gradually disappoint when technology becomes outdated. Felker, Tozik, Suddenson, and Abramson is a top-tier entertainment firm. This is a relationship business. Their clients are demanding, sensitive to confidentiality protection and security risks. The firm was planning to relocate to new office space, and they came to us concerned about downtime. They were at the right stage in development technologically to consider a change. We worked with their administrator and partners. We developed and implemented our cloud solution well in advance of their move. And in conjunction with the move, our team prepared the network and wireless environment in the new space. While the physical move occurred, all end users functioned successfully and flawlessly from home. They experienced zero downtime through the transition, and as their quote states, without missing a single client interaction. Let's dive a little deeper now into what the innovative cloud solution really looks like. As this graphic depicts, our team creates cloud-based infrastructure and applications that support each practice area that clients need on a customized basis. Document management, calendaring, time and billing, accounting, practice management, and other solutions have all been vetted within the solution. Our team has unique knowledge around the specific configuration requirements in order to refine and provide high performance in the cloud. Remote desktops, called workspaces, are configured with a standardized image. These workspace images are far simpler and faster to deploy, develop, maintain, and patch than a local Windows image. A secure connection is made between the law firm and the cloud environment, which provides seamless access to remaining local resources like scanners, copiers, printers, and other devices. As you can imagine, this massively reduces the amount of space required for IT rooms and eliminates large and expensive power and air conditioning systems. Next, I'd like to briefly show you what the administration of a sample law firm's environment looks like, and then we'll transition to the demonstration of a live workspace. So I'm going to go ahead and share here. Let's look at the administrative side briefly. So rather than going and customizing and building what used to individually be physical servers in the environment, I'm showing a screen here that lists the various server instances and instance types that are supporting this firm as an example. So you can see a domain controller, those that are somewhat more technical, application servers, document management, litigation support, phone systems, security, etc. All those are there. I can quickly go see all of the volumes, the disk space that's allocated, and if I need to expand or further utilize more space, all I have to do is go in and expand it with a few clicks. No more adding and building of disk drives or whatever else. We take recurring snapshots of the environment, and we can replicate those snapshots to a secondary region. So you can see here, here's a live view of the snapshots of each of those volumes and when they go back, and all of these could be easily and simply recovered. Notice here that you have lists of encryption and encrypted and non-encrypted volumes. The only non-encrypted volumes are those that are just quick boot operating systems, but all the data that's within them are all encrypted. The actual workspaces themselves, the desktops, are all administered from a center console. As I mentioned, there's images and bundles that are created for those, and all we have to do is deploy them and create workspaces that become available and accessible via another application. So now I'm going to flip over to the Workspace application and share that. Bear with me a second here while I reconnect. Whoop, hang on. Of course, a live demo always includes a pause and a challenge. Give me 1 second here. Let's throw this back up. This workspace has a complex password, so bear with me. All right, so we're going to change our screen share here over to the workspace. So here we are logged in. Typical applications, ease of going in and out, quickly opening, closing something in Word, going back to a desktop. But notice the key. This is the same desktop that I get no matter what I do, no matter where I am, and no matter what device I'm on. So if I'm on a thin or a zero client, if I'm on a Mac, which I happen to be right now at home, if I'm in the office, whatever it is that I'm doing, run a document comparison in the background here, flip over to Word. I'm doing this quickly intentionally to show that I can go in and out of applications very quickly. Most of the time when people hear cloud, they think, oh my, am I going to experience latency? Am I going to give anything up in order to be able to have all this functionality? And the answer is no, it's actually even faster. And here's our document comparison that occurred in the background with all of our comparisons. A lot of times in remote access solutions, you'll also notice that there's delays in screens. Hopefully this is coming through Zoom okay. But you'll scroll through PDFs or scroll through large documents, and you'll see long delays of screen refresh, and that just simply doesn't happen here. You have the ability to leave a full screen. So here's the rest of my remaining desktop in the background. And then go back in. So I'll end that share. And we'll flip back here. So providing technology services within the legal environment today really requires a knowledgeable team. And I find that those teams can't do everything. So several years ago, we created a partnership with a firm that's very strong in security. And that firm merged into what was an accounting firm, is now called Miller Kaplan. They provide tremendous services in combination with us, where they work with clients, they support technology audits, validate our work. Security is an interesting thing. What's the old saying? You don't want the fox watching the hen house. It's difficult to have a technology provider that says, we're wonderful, we do a great job, and your security is great. It's even better if there's someone on the back end that's actually reviewing and validating that and backing it up. So we're grateful to and appreciative of Miller Kaplan for doing that with and for us. We have no issue with exposing our environment or being in any way defensive. We're always open to learning and constantly improving our own cybersecurity expertise and exposure. So grateful for that and happy to have them available. Our team is all US based. We have a technical assistance center that a number of years ago was expanded. Some like to call them call centers, but I think of that as someone annoying me with marketing calls. We're available on an expanded basis, morning to night, as well as 24/7 with remote engineers that take pages and support clients, etc. So very, very active. Note the longtime ALA business partner and sponsor. Back in the 90s, I got involved in the Southern California chapters from Los Angeles and Orange County, and then expanded to San Francisco, and then we expanded further. And I can't say enough about the many years of support that we've provided with each other. Part of what makes working with our firm special is the ability to also have a predictable experience, but also a predictable budget. Our fixed fee managed services offering provides access to that technical assistance center team, both during expanded hours and to those on-call engineers, regardless of what's needed, and to do so seamlessly in the background. Our engineers are provided access to desktops or workspaces with your permission, and we provide support live so that we're available to ensure that you're able to practice law successfully and that we become and continue to be your technology business partner. Again, I'd like to take a moment to thank the Association of Legal Administrators for our many years of partnership, for all that each administrator does on a daily basis, not only in collaboration and support with us, but to improve the profession, the educational programs that are provided, and the collaboration amongst legal administrators to make our industry and the law firms that we all support and work for better. We would be thrilled to develop new relationships to build upon our past success. We look forward to working with each of you. And with that, I'm happy to take questions and collaborate further.
Thank you, Michael. Thanks for that demonstration. And as Michael said, we do have time right now for a Q&A. If anyone does have questions, you can take this moment to chat them using the chat box, and we can get those over to Michael. And as we mentioned at the beginning of the presentation, there will be a recording of this presentation available, which we will email out tomorrow to everyone so that you do have that link. And again, if you have any questions, we'll give it just a minute here or so to go ahead and chat them over, and we can get Michael to answer those. Looks like we have one right here, and it's, what do you see the biggest challenge for 2021 in legal technology?
Oh, unquestionably security. I think that both with local on-premise environments and cloud environments, many law firms continue to make assumptions that the old ways of approaching security are sufficient, that patching occasionally and keeping technology current is enough. And we've seen firms get hit by ransomware over and over and over again. I've had to recover those, get them into our solutions, and solidify them. And so I think, in addition to this cloud move that's going on, and firms potentially moving even further away from office space as a result of not just the pandemic but convenience, security is going to continue to play an even larger and greater role.
Okay, thank you, and thank you for that question. That's it for the questions that have come in for today. If anyone does have any additional questions after the presentation, you see the contact information there on your screen, so you can get in touch with Michael and the rest of his team. Michael, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you for the invitation, and thanks for joining.
All right, thanks everyone. And as I said, we will send out an email tomorrow with a recording link to this presentation. Thank you. Take care.